taking action looks like just starting on a random ass Tuesday because you're so unhappy with yourself. Yeah, I didn't do my hair or anything and my face is disgustingly round and swollen. But here I am. I'm gonna use this. It's September 9th, 4:37 p.m. I have around 11,000 steps. I'm gonna do one more 1,000 or so, and then I'm gonna do this workout because I'm so sick and tired of being where I'm at, and I don't want to use my fertility or like trying to conceive as an excuse anymore for this, because I could have lost the weight by now. From when I had my miscarriage in December to now, I could have lost the weight. So let's do this. You're gonna see a little bit of a gap here. So I just want to give you a warning. From September 19th to September 14th, I was following everything according to how I said. I just did not film anything. And the reason for that is because I wasn't 100% sure whether or not this was the cycle that I was going to conceive. So I told myself, okay, I'm not gonna post anything. I'm not gonna film anything because I'm gonna start out this journey. And if I find out that I'm pregnant, then like there's no point. So ultimately, I guess we know the answer to what my test result was. And again, it was negative. So that's why I'm doing this series now, and I'm just gonna be walking, trying to do my best to lose weight and put my body in better shape so that I can prepare my body to be pregnant again in a healthy way. So that is why there's a big gap. I was still following everything. Like I think I ate around 1,800 calories because I was tracking everything. My goal was to be around 1,700, but I ate slightly over that. And then I was hitting my steps every day. So those are the really the two things that I've been focusing on. So if you see a big gap here, or if you're wondering why there's such a big gap, that is the reason why. It's because I just didn't film anything. I wasn't sure. So technically, like what you're watching here is going to be week 1, which is really just one day of it, where it was the day that I had my like come to moment where I'm like, okay, we need to do something about this. We're not happy. We need to make sure that we're actually making a change so that, you know, I don't have to keep feeling this way and being stuck in this limbo. So the next part is going to be like my actual week and everything that I've done, you know, with like walking, getting my steps in, food that I've been eating, and then you're going to be able to see like what I'm actually doing. And so up to this point from September 9th to September 14th, there is a gap. And then you're going to see my next weigh-in where you can see whether or not I was able to lose weight or not. So keep watching. I just wanted to put this little bit in here so that this video makes a little bit more sense why there is a gap in here. Right now it is 11:05 a.m. I just finished eating my breakfast. I've been working for 3 hours now and I have just under 7,000 steps. So I have 6,586 steps. I'm gonna see what I can do in the next little while. I'm gonna be walking on my walking pad. And my goal is to be walking over 12,000 steps a day. I am trying to lose weight. And so doing this during work, it honestly doesn't feel like it's that much. I went for one big walk this morning and now I'm going for another walk, and here we go. He's so cute. I have 9,300 steps, and I still have to go to the grocery store later, so this is actually going to be a pretty easy day. It is noon right now, so I'm just going on my lunch. I could easily just go and finish all my steps now. I might. I might, so. Just finished my 12,000 steps, and it's about 1:30 p.m. I didn't even do any walking while I was, on my break. I just decided to do a little couple of steps now, like do like 1 mile while I was working, and I got them all done. So I'm done for the day essentially. But that doesn't necessarily mean that this stops here. I know I look ridiculous because I still have some errands and stuff to run. So I'm not just going to like be lethargic the rest of the day. It's just good to know that all my steps are already done and it's only 1:30 p.m. So I'm about to start work for the day. I actually just weighed myself. It's 7:55, so I have 5 minutes before I start work. And I weighed myself this morning, and I actually started at 165, and now I'm down to 162.4. But I did get to 161.8, but my period is coming, so I am fluctuating up. And this is just the first week of like, being consistent. I have not been consistent in a long time, and I cannot wait for like all of this to come down. So we're gonna see how all of that goes. We went for a walk this morning, and I finished at around I think it was like 5,400 steps. So I'm already like in a really good place considering I start work in 4 minutes and I already have a good amount of steps. And the thing is like I have a walking pad. So it does make it slightly easier for me. I invested in one of those a long time ago. I had a different one before. So there was a period of time where I wasn't using it and I didn't realize how much I actually relied on that. And so I know for a fact that that is what has contributed to the last I don't know, 6 or 7 pounds that I've gained. Well, that and combine that with, getting pregnant and losing that. So losing the pregnancy is what I mean. So, that's where we're at. I'm gonna go make myself a coffee now, and then we're going to start work. Okay. So this is how I get my steps in the majority of the time, is like I'm walking at a slow-ish pace. I can still type, I have my desk right here, and I'm only going 2.2. So I'm not going super fast, and this accumulates over time, but it's not like I'm going out for, I went for a walk for 45 minutes today, this morning. I'll usually probably do like a mile or something on here, or I'll walk for like 20 minutes or, at a time. And I'll try and do that like every couple hours, just so that I'm moving my body regularly and not just sedentary all the time. So I'm gonna make myself breakfast. I'm just turning on the scale here. And I like to do more than a serving size of this Greek yogurt. So it's breakfast time right now. I am having breakfast a little bit late. But I'm gonna do about 275 grams of Greek yogurt. I like to add in MCT oil because, while you're dieting, it's really good to have healthy fats. So we are adding that. I also like to put in some flaxseed. I actually don't have very much left. I'm going to use the rest of that up. I'm supposed to get more tomorrow, so that's going to come right at the perfect time. And then I also like to add chia seed, and I mix it all in together because you kind of need that. So this breakfast is so filling for me. It's actually like the one thing that I look forward to every morning. Okay, so I've mixed that up because you don't want to eat dry chia seeds because they will expand. Measure my blueberries. So these are frozen wild blueberries. So I have 100 grams. And now I'm going to add in some more toppings. So I do about 5 grams of cacao nibs. Oh, I'm still off. There we go. Pumpkin seeds. I only do just a few pecans, so. And then I like to do some shredded coconut. Look how nice that looks. So I'm gonna have my breakfast now. I have a prenatal vitamin. I'm trying to keep things like simple. Omegas, CoQ10, and D3 and K2. So I'm gonna have that with my breakfast. I also added like a little clump of honey just to make things a little bit sweeter. And yeah, so I'm gonna have my breakfast. It's about, I think it's about 600 calories, okay? And I think it's about 40 grams of protein. So I do get a good chunk of protein, and my goal is to have about 120. So, you know, you do that 3 times, you get your protein. Okay, so we are at 12,222 steps. That's 4 twos. I don't know if 4 twos makes something better than 3 twos in a row, but I am done my steps and it's 11:57. I'm about to go on my lunch. So I'm going to do a workout. I usually do my workouts on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays because I go to the office on Wednesdays. So tomorrow is going to be the day that I go to the office this week. And I am going to still try and get my at least like minimum 12,000 steps. So my plan for tomorrow is going to be to obviously go for a walk in the morning, and then I might come back after my walk and try and get a few more steps in. And then I'm going to try and leave here by around 6:37-ish, just so that I have time to feed my dog and make sure that he goes to the bathroom and stuff. And then when I get home, actually, you know what? Tomorrow's supposed to be nice. I might try to go out on my lunch and go for a walk. I don't know how well that's going to work because I have to actually eat lunch at lunchtime. So I might try and eat lunch and then go for a walk afterwards because I do have meetings like pretty much from 1 o'clock all the way until 4 o'clock. So I'm going to be there, and then by the time I get home, it's probably going to be around 6 p.m. because it is a little bit of a longer commute. And then I'm probably going to eat dinner. So I'm going to prepare my dinner ahead of time, and then I'm going to finish my steps after that. So I know that I will get it done because that's what happens when you're so fed up. But that is what the plan is. So today I'm going to go and do my workout. I've already hit my steps and it's just about noon now. So I'm going to go get to it.
That's how long we've known each other.
And then you can feel the energy. I have a different kind of background because I lost my mother when I was 16. I ended up living on my own when I was 17. And
Parents split up?
yeah, since this ever since I was born, to be honest.
We're doing some beef. And I'm gonna do about 4 ounces. Chicken thigh. And I put everything in the air fryer to heat up because we don't have a microwave because I don't believe in microwaves. I like to add in a ton of shredded carrots and green onions because it's more like a bulgogi. So I have the vegetables in the air fryer, but I also add in more here. Believe it or not, but this is only around like 470 calories, just under that. But it looks like a decent amount of food because of all the shredded carrots.
Cynthia.
And yours?
Maddie. I mean, there's one thing I can tell you, and it's that whatever happened.
It is 6:23. I am just getting ready to go to work. I have 5,000 steps, almost on the dot, and I was originally gonna do more before I left, but the walk took a little longer because there was a skunk nearby, let's just say, and it sprayed. So we didn't get hit with it, but it just like smelled really strong. So we were trying to be careful, you know, not bump into it, not try and draw lots of attention to us. And like it's basically pitch black out, so it's so hard to see it this early in the morning. I miss the summertime when it would be like the sun would be out at this time. So that is where we're at with the steps. By the time I get to work, not by the time I get to work, in the first little while of work, like while I like put my lunch away, find my desk and all of that stuff, I probably will have like at least another 1,000 steps. So in theory, I will be about halfway. Now, the question is whether or not I am going to go on my lunch to go for a walk. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna go on a walk during my lunch. I want to. I packed headphones for it. I just have so many meetings today that it's gonna make it really difficult. And then, you know, you wanna be ready for all of those things. So really, it's gonna be like a down to the wire type of situation, and it'll be based on like how I'm feeling and how many steps I get in at that time. So we're gonna see how that goes, but so far honestly walking has been like pretty easy. I'm choosing walking over anything else because I don't want to lower my calories, so I would prefer to get movement in instead of having to lower my calories too much to create this calorie deficit. Honestly, I know it's only been a week, but it does feel pretty easy. So weight loss does not have to be hard if we don't let it. And it's all in the strategy that you use. So I've done like crash dieting before. Like that was like the background that I come from in competing in bikini competitions and stuff. And losing like 25 pounds in 8 weeks is something that I used to do all of the time. So I know how to like put the pedal to the metal type of thing. But you know what? Like this is not one of those like pedal to the metal. I'm still trying to be gentle on my body while I'm trying to conceive, and like it's going. I also think that I had like severe weight blindness. So I don't think I realized that I have actually gotten to the point that I'm at. And like looking back on pictures, like realizing that I've gained 30 pounds from what my old off-season weight was, like when I wasn't competing. So like when I was competing, I would be around like 100 and like 18 to like 124. And then when I was not competing in my off season, I was sitting around like 135 to like 138. And I started this at 165. So it's not my highest like ever recorded weight, but it's definitely not anywhere near what my body really should be at. And I have gained some weight, so you know, we're doing what we have to do to address it. Today was a long day. It is 6 p.m. I just got home. I have 11,040 steps. I ended up going for a walk on my lunch, and the rest of it was just like walking around while I was, you know, going to and from the bathroom, different meeting rooms, to my desk, all sorts of things. So I'm gonna make a little salad. I've kind of got it going. I'm doing tomatoes, cucumbers, onion, and I'm gonna heat up some chicken that I had made from yesterday actually, so it's still pretty fresh. And then I am going to eat that. I also have a little thing of like chocolate chips that I'm gonna nibble on. But all in all, things are going pretty good in terms of like staying within my diet. Like my calories, I'm eating around 1,700. And then I'm doing my 12-ish minimum 1,000 steps a day. I'm also gonna just take a little break right now, and I'm gonna wait a little bit to eat because I'm not fully hungry. And I'm gonna have these chocolate chips while I watch the Summer I Turned Pretty finale. And I also got a couple of supplements here. So I got some more fiber, and I got some more magnesium. Fiber helps keep you regular, and this one specifically has flaxseed in it, so that's also going to be good for like the first half of your cycle. Magnesium helps keep you regular too in different ways, but it's also a nutrient that most people, or mineral that most people do not know how deprived they are of it. Like I think it's like 70% of North Americans are deficient in magnesium, and that helps support like, you know, relaxation. It's good for stress. So I got my magnesium here. It's also in charge of like, I think like 400 or 800 different enzymatic processes in the body. Basically, it does a lot. And so I'm gonna sit and chill for a little bit, and then I'm gonna watch the Summer I Turned Pretty, because that's literally my favorite show right now. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get to my steps later. And yeah, that's how we're doing today. Time to finish off these steps. It's 7:46. I only need 600 more. Finishing our steps. I'm at 13,692. Coffee in the morning. Right now it is 9:45 a.m. I have not done any more walking as of yet, so I'm at about 6,000 steps. I have a meeting in 15 minutes, and then after that I plan on going on my walking pad while I'm working, just for a little bit. And then today I'm also going to do a workout on my lunch, so that's where we're at for now. I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty lazy today, and I already have half of my steps anyways, which is good. Like I'm still hovering in the 6,000s. So I'm gonna make breakfast, and then I'm gonna walk on my walking pad after, and I'm gonna do the same yogurt bowl. So I'm not gonna post it again, but that's what I'm having. Yogurt bowl.
In fact, my mother
war in Vietnam when she arrived. I'm myself. I don't know why it's you, honestly. I just know it's you. I can't explain.
With Kim, it's funny. I feel like I already know her. But not like I've known.
Kim is... She's so sweet. I won't interfere. It's easier for dads than it is for us moms. Because our heart can handle it, I guess. We'll see.
For lunch, we're doing a protein shake. I have ATP protein powder. I have Organica collagen in it. I also put a little teaspoon of maca root powder in it as well. It's an adaptogen. It's also actually really good for your hormones. And the last thing that I put in there was some fiber. So to make this like a well-balanced meal, I also put in peanut butter, just, you know, flavor, you know, it's got to taste good. So that is going to be my lunch today. That's probably close to like 35 grams of protein, and I think like 350 calories, I want to say. So, yeah, that's my lunch. We are at 2:55 p.m. and I have my 12,000 steps.
I wanted to give it to you.
Right now it is 2:11 p.m. I am at 8,000 steps. It was a busy morning. I had to take my mom for an appointment, so things got a little bit derailed. And then as soon as I came home, I had a 2.5 hour meeting that I could not be walking for because I had to pay attention and I was also talking during it. So I am not as like far as I would like to be in terms of my steps, but knowing that I only have 4,000 that I have to do, and like really it's still early, that's a good feeling. So that is what I'm going to be tackling once I get a good grip on what I'm actually doing with work right now. Yeah, after that, I am going to obviously be focusing on my steps. I have some errands to run. We're going to have steak for dinner tonight, which I'm excited about. And I didn't post it here, but, or I don't have images or whatever, but I did have the same yogurt bowl that I have literally every day. And I had a shake for lunch. Just quick, simple, easy things today because of how busy it is. So I would rather make it simple and like hit my targets than make things complicated and like harder than it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get my steps in a bit. Right now it is 6:20. I have my 12,000 steps done, which very happy about. I'm actually probably not going to do a whole lot of movement for the rest of the day because tomorrow we're going on a hike and then we're going to go find a bakery to go to. So I'm also just feeling really tired today. And we're going to have steak later. It's going to be great. And yeah, just going to kind of take it easy tonight. And I was on the phone with my best friend for like an hour and a half. It was so nice. We're just catching up and stuff because we both live so far away from like where we originally met and lived. So I'm about 2 hours away and she's like an hour and a half from there. So in total, we are a 3.5 hour drive apart, almost 4 hours. So it makes it hard, but yeah, so, I've been hitting all my stuff and I can't wait for my steak dinner tonight. Okay, 11:44 a.m. I'm at 1,600 steps, but we're gonna go for a hike and get this done. It's Saturday, so we did a cleaning day. 12:55, 6,800 steps. I treated myself to new hokas for my walks. And I'm just about to do some walking now on my walking pad. After my hike, I have 7,500 steps. So we are going to get some more done before I go over to my mom's and bring her some food and stuff later. So probably should have used a smaller plate. Going to go on the walking pad. It's 9 o'clock. I'm only at 12,300 steps, so we're going to do some now.
Hey, my approach is better than yours.
Okay, just finished my steps. We are at 13,618 steps. So I've just weighed in and it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I am 161.4. So that means I've lost 4.4 pounds in a week, in 12 days. 12 days. So I think I'm going to start using this as like my weigh-in day just for YouTube purposes. Thank you so much for watching. This is my first video in this series of me losing weight while trying to conceive. I know this is such a weird and like almost contradictory topic or thing to be focusing on, is like losing weight while you're trying to conceive. But honestly, I said at the beginning of this video, I think I said it anyways, if I had known that I wasn't going to get pregnant from December when I had my miscarriage until now, September, then I would have done more to focus on losing that 30 pounds that I've gained. And the photos that I posted in here are not from any time recent. Like I have been gaining this weight over the past 5 years, I want to say. The last time I was like in the 130s was before the pandemic, or at least it was in 2020. And so I am 5 years away from that. And I know that I am 5 years older, but I also know that my body can get back to that. So while I know that it's probably not realistic to get back into the 130s and hopefully I get pregnant before that, that's still going to be like my goal to work towards. Whether I do get pregnant, that might be something that I would work towards in the future. So overall, in the past 2 weeks, I'm actually really happy with my results of losing 4.4 pounds. That's pretty good. So I chose to walk, and I've been choosing to, eat a certain amount of calories, around 1,700 calories. And I feel like this is working for me because in the past, I would typically start off my calories at around 1,600. And like when I was competing, I got down to like 900, 700 calories of food. So I'm not approaching that like this in that same way. I'm approaching this very differently. I'm also a holistic nutritionist, so I know what my body needs to at least have the proper nutrients so that I can support having happy hormones and making sure that my body is in an optimal state so that I can get pregnant. So there is nothing about my plan right now that is hindering me from getting pregnant. If anything, this could help, reducing inflammation, making sure that I'm having my balanced meals with high protein and getting in like extra movement to create more blood flow around my body. And there's a lot of reasons why that's going to be super important. For one, there is the whole traditional Chinese medicine where if you have a like cold feet, then you have a cold uterus or cold womb, which means that baby's not going to want to implant there. So there are a lot of things that I am taking into this whole process, and I am taking on clients. So if you are somebody who's in a similar boat to me, or maybe you just want to lose weight, I can help you with that. And I would be more than happy to. Just hit the link in the description and fill out my intake form. And that way we can talk about it and work together. And if you just want to be added to my email list, then go ahead and click on the link to get added to the email list. I do send out about 3 emails a week talking about different things, things that my clients are going through, tips and tricks, nutrition advice. There is so much that can be done like in this space with, losing weight. And I am more shifting my focus towards helping people with weight loss. It's something that I've done in the past when I was a competitor. I was also a nutrition coach up until recently. I've been more or less focusing more on just gut health and hormones. And I think that the two things go together so well. I feel like at the end of the day, a lot of people are looking to lose weight and feel better, but sometimes there are things that do get in the way, like, if your bacteria is off or if your hormones are off. And that plays a huge role in whether or not you're going to be able to lose weight efficiently, or if there's something that's keeping you from losing weight and making you feel like you're using up all of your efforts and nothing is working. So if that sounds like you, I do have different programs that have some like with functional lab testing, some with just one functional lab test. And then I have just working with me with no lab testing, which is obviously going to be the cheaper option. I don't think that everybody needs it. That's why I always ask for people to complete my intake form so I can see where exactly you're at, so that when we have a conversation, it's going to be more geared towards where are you right now? What have you already tried? And what's going to make the most sense for you? Like I said, I don't always think that doing labs is the right way to go. And I don't think that specific labs are going to be necessary. So with that being said, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because this is going to be a series that I'm going to have coming out on a weekly basis. And I would be so happy if you want to tag along with me and watch me lose weight. I just lost 4.4 pounds this past week, or past 2 weeks, because I did start this off on September 9th and I weighed myself last on September 21st. So it's not exactly 2 weeks. It's more like 12 days. Tuesday, like this upcoming Tuesday, will be the full 2 weeks, but that's very good progress. I'm happy with it. You usually do lose a lot more weight in the beginning than, as time goes on. So I don't expect that this is going to be the same trajectory that I'm on. But even if I were to lose, if there is 15 weeks left of the year, then I still have the potential to lose 15 more pounds, which means I could be at almost a 20-pound weight loss, if I don't get pregnant. Now, if I do get pregnant, things will change and I will not be losing weight. That will not be the goal. But in the meantime, this is what I'm working on. And if you want to stick around with me, then make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button so that I can keep creating content like this and keep you guys informed with what's going on. And hopefully this inspires you on your journey. If you feel like you're stuck and just kind of spinning your wheels during that 2-week wait and you feel so powerless, I can get into that in another video, but I know how mentally exhausting this whole fertility journey is. That's why I'm starting this up. It has officially been 1 year of trying to conceive in just a couple of weeks. So I didn't realize that a whole year could go by that quickly, but it has. And I haven't made many changes in myself physically. That's something that I've been wanting to work on. And now that I know that, time is still passing and things are not going the way that I want to, it's all going to be in God's timing. But for now, this is something that I can control, and this is what we're working towards. So I will see you next week.